Yo, we got to talk about this, man. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. So I was watching this video that Destiny put out on her channel yesterday. As you guys can see, this is the title right here. CJ on 32 said royalty wanted him. CJ So Cool explains more. Now, CJ So Cool also dropped a video yesterday, which we're going to react to in just a sec here. But this is a CJ on 32's comment in the comment section. It looks like he actually deleted this comment. But this is what it said. Ain't never wanted royalty, my boy. Turn that down to spare your feelings. I want your new B. She more my type. That's crazy. Let's repeat this shit again. Ain't never wanted royalty, my boy. Turn that down to spare your feelings. Right now, that changes the whole story from the story they put out last year, right? Between CJ on 32's and royalty, right? CJ on 32 said he bumped into royalty at the club and offered her some water bottles, and that was it, right? And we knew there was more to the story now. So now it looks like he turned her down, right? That's what it sounds like, right? Because they say I put narratives on things, right? If you have to turn something down, if you turn down a position for $80,000, that means a company offered you the position for $80,000 and you turned it down. So that means royalty offered herself to CJ on 32's and he turned her down. So it was way more than the water bottles, right? Or the bottle, right? Or I just bump into her and I gave her a bottle. But it's actually more messy, way more messy, right? Because CJ So Cool dropped this video yesterday. And I think somebody asked him that question or something like that, left a comment on Snapchat, and he goes into some shocking details. Like, it's actually way more messy. It's basically along the lines of some backstabbing kind of stuff, man. It's like really backstabbing. Like, this is crazy. But let's check out this video. I mean, he talks about a bunch of different things. As you guys know, royalty put out the allegations about him and Jalea, and then CJ on 32's posted it, and it turned out it wasn't true. So now he's been going off on royalty, on her kids. But this part right here is crazy. Hold on.
Not once. Trust me, before I respond to this, you cannot beat me. I know my own life. I know what I've received in my life. So now let me read your statement. She bought you a robe, though, but she's still a backstabber. She's definitely a backstabber, and she has never bought me anything. That robe you saw her give me came from my credit card. I had a credit card with her name on it that was mine. You know, okay, if you have your own credit card, you can give someone authorization to use it. She was an authorized user on my credit card. So she assumed that every time she went out and saw something that I would like, swipe my credit card that I had to pay the bill on, she assumed that means she bought something for me. No. That means you're like definitely like an assistant or something. You just went out and picked up something with my card, which means I bought it. You picked it up. That's the difference. I didn't say nobody never picked nothing up for me. I didn't say nobody never bought me nothing.
So she didn't buy him anything. So all these gifts that we saw her posting were apparently just with his credit card, and she just made the purchase to make it look like she bought it. Like, that's crazy. That's according to CJ So Cool.
But then I can't even say that because my ex bought me some earrings. But now royalty. Okay. This one's getting a good one. Look, the one about the BBL. See, she don't need no BBL. She don't need no BBL. Now, I might buy her some checks because I just think that that'll be cool looking on her. But she don't need no BBL. So listen, royalty BBL definitely should have get snatched. They said, no, you too funny. I'm dead serious. Listen, bro, I ain't even trying to be funny.
Time is running out.
I'm serious too. It's not fair. She get to walk away with my breast I bought her, my booty cheeks I bought her, my necklace and charm I bought her. She got the car back. I think. I don't know, but like, come on, man. She should have been fell apart like a freaking Raggedy Ford found on the road dead. Seriously. My bad. She always tell me to be positive. Well, I gotta always get the positive white girl. Hey, Fab, you right, man. We used to get punished for disrespecting any adult. Right or wrong, royalty has to do better as a mother, and that's why we had to separate. She would allow Jalea to just do.
I just noticed this. I guess it was playing the whole time. I just didn't notice it. He's got himself another girl, right? This is different than Cassandra, but there's something definitely going on between him and Cassandra. And yeah, her daughter posted something on her, I think it was Instagram, like her cooking some broccolis and chicken. Then CJ So Cool was eating some broccolis and chicken and talking about he's going to leave leftovers, right? He's been trolling royalty. But that was the same food that Kay's daughter was cooking. Now he's hanging around a bunch of girls. So I don't know if he's just doing it to troll Kay or troll his subscribers. But something just tells me that him and Kay did not break up. So all these girls that are just popping up, I think they're just there Maybe for promo or something.
Do a lot of this, Nation to do a lot of this. Leon would just be like crying, like, why y'all keep yelling at my dad? That's how Leon would be. Me and Leon would go out, work out at the gym with Kevin, come home, take a run for 2 miles, like I explained earlier, then go boxing for 3 hours, then come run again, come home, take a shower, go to a restaurant and eat, come home, go to sleep, wake up, repeat. Royalty and the girls were so jealous that we was doing things without them, but I was trying to bond with Leon. I was trying to make him a better man. And hanging around the females every day, all day wasn't doing good. Like, they was just bashing him all the time, name calling him all the time. He getting into it with females every day, all day. And now look, it's the same thing happening right now, except he not getting into it with them. I'm getting into it with them. It sucks. They suck.
So what is this whole thing? Because that's like the latest commotion now. It's the Leon situation. He said something about that could be his son or stepson or something about the birth certificate. So I don't know. And then he said he made up a lease. So there's something going on with this whole Leon thing.
They hate men. They literally should just date women. Jessica, you're right. You really did, though. That's the sad part about it. But you're making up for the time to come on now, and that's okay. Mari rides hard for you, and it's beautiful. That was in response to my question. Said I did more for her kids than I did for my own kid, and I'll never do that again. It sucks, because look how they acting. Literally turned on me like I was the op. Really? They asking me how did I catch Royalty and CJ on 32's. Well, y'all do know that he used to live with us some of the time for a long.
Oh, shit. Y'all heard that? CJ on 32's used to live with CJ So Cool and Royalty. I did not know that. Was he like homeless or something like that? That's crazy. He said CJ used to live with them. Hold on.
Like I was the op. Really? They asking me how did I catch Royalty and CJ on 32's. Well, y'all do know that he used to live with us some of the time for a long time. He would just stay at our house. And it was crazy. I really don't want to bring it up, man, because it was, at the time I was hurt. I was like, dang, that's crazy. But then I had to play it off like I ain't noticed. You know, we used to go to the parties. I used to spend so much money on clubs. Everybody would be drunk. Not me. I'd be like tipsy, but I never, ever, ever get drunk. That ain't what I do. I actually don't think men should get drunk. And CJ on 32's didn't drink at all. So he was sober. That's why I was upset. I couldn't do nothing because Royalty was drunk. And I just saw her coming out of his room like, what the freak? It was the weirdest stuff ever. Anyway, yeah.
Hold on. Let me get this straight, man. Hold on. So, hold on, man. This is crazy. So you telling me CJ on 32's lived with you guys maybe for like a short term or a little mini vacation. You guys go out to parties. She gets wasted. And then you catch her coming out of his room in your house? That sounds hella crazy. So you trusted your friend. I mean, you gave a motion, right? CJ So Cool gave CJ on 32's motion, right? Now, CJ on 32 just ran with it and created his own lane. That's cool, right? But CJ So Cool did give him motion. He did promote him. He gave him a lot of subscribers. He trusted him around his family. And now he invited him to his house for long stays. And then his wife, or I guess that's his girl, right? I don't think Royalty was CJ So Cool's wife or whatever. He trusted her. She was going in CJ on 32's bedroom and leaving. Yo, that sounds crazy. Hold on, we gotta replay this. This shit sounds
I'd be like tipsy, but I never, ever, ever get drunk. That ain't what I do. I actually don't think men should get drunk. And CJ on 32's didn't drink at all. So he was sober. That's why I was upset. I couldn't do nothing because Royalty was drunk. And I just saw her coming out of his room like, what the freak? It was the weirdest stuff ever. Anyway.
She was coming out of his room. So I guess these are the videos, right? Because I saw a lot of this stuff on TikTok. I didn't know that CJ on 32's used to go live and stay with CJ So Cool. And they're trolling him in the comment section. Had it all in his mouth. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. I just don't understand that. So you went to your friend's house and then you were messing around with his girl like that. She was in your room messing around. And then you put out the comment saying, I turned it down. But that's not what you said last year. Hold on, man. Y'all be changing the story. That's not what you said last year or 2 years ago or whenever this shit happened, right? That is not what they said at all. They said, CJ said, we bumped into her at the club, right? Because we didn't know she's going to be there. She was under a different name, right? It was under Charlene. and you were staying at their house a long time, so you didn't know her name was Charlene, so we're just going to ignore that. But you said, I bumped into her and we said hello, and I gave her some water bottles or a bottle or whatever, right? But now you're saying you turned it down, so that means there was way more than the water bottles. That means she did present herself. She did offer to put it on the table for you, and you turned it down. That's what you just said. Ain't never wanted royalty, my boy. Turn that down to spare your feelings. I want your new B. That's that's kind of hella disrespectful, but that's not what you said a year ago. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, I be telling you guys, there's more to this shit. Talking about, oh, we just bumped into her and I got her some water bottles and some other goofy shit like that. It was way more. And there might even be, like, he might have even smashed it. He's just trying to, like, cover himself and trying to say he didn't do it as long as royalty doesn't open her mouth. But to say you turned it down then 2 years ago or whatever when she was at the club, oh, I just got her some water bottles. It's like, that sounds hella weird, man.
Asking me how did I catch royalty and CJ on 32's. Well, y'all do know that he used to live with us some of the time. For a long time, he would just stay at our house. And it was crazy. I really don't want to bring it up, man, because it was, at the time I was hurt. I was like, dang, that's crazy. But then I had to play it off like I ain't noticed. You know, we used to go to the parties. I used to spend so much money on clubs. Everybody would be drunk. Not me. I'd be like tipsy, but I never, ever, ever get drunk. That ain't what I do. I actually don't think men should get drunk. And CJ on 32's didn't drink at all. So he was sober. That's why I was upset. I couldn't do nothing because royalty was drunk. And I just saw her coming out of this room like, what the freak? It was the weirdest stuff ever. Anyway, yeah, I done been done dirty so long, it don't even make sense. Y'all know she left me, went to Funny Mike house, took the kids, came back because I put on a private jet. I had to promise the mother of the twins that
All right, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. The CJ on 32's piece. So it looks like there's way more to it than just no water bottle or I bumped into her and I said hi Charlene or royalty. Like that's what they told you last year, right? Or 2 years ago. I don't know how long this shit has been now, but now he's saying he turned it down and I want your new girl, right? I know he likes K. I don't think CJ's so cool and K broke up. I think maybe K just don't want the social media attention. Or maybe she couldn't handle too much of it. So maybe they're just going to keep it on the low. And then CJ so cool. I think he's just using these girls for promo and as a distraction or something like that. I don't know. Or they might have an open relationship. I mean, you never know. But yeah, man, that shit is crazy. That's a lot more messier than what I thought. I knew it was no water bottle, or I just pulled up and gave her a bottle and we said, she's my friend. Talking about he was in her bed. She was in his bedroom coming out drunk and he's not drunk. And that sounds hella messy, man. But let me know what you guys think in the comments.